It's week 5 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see the electric Kyler Murray. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Cards and the Bengals. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
What's up, Bengals fans? You want to see what's going to happen in 2025? Well, I got you covered. Right now, we're 4 games into the 2025 season. The Bengals are 3-1. If you want to see how they did in those games, there'll be a top pinned comment. You can click on a playlist with all 4 Bengals games up to this point, and then you can come back and we can continue on with the Week 5 game against the Cardinals. The Bengals, they're in a new offense. They're in the New York Giants offense. Their playbook, Cincinnati, had to be banned on offense. It threw the ball way too much. It wasn't running enough to be realistic. So, unfortunately, it's a great playbook. It's absolutely amazing. We had to ban it. Their defense is actually really good, too, and we're going to keep that for now. But Shamar Stewart and Trey Hendrickson are absolutely just sack machines, and Kyler Murray's probably in trouble. They're 5th in passing, and they're kind of middle of the road, up and down here and there. And they're not rushing the ball. They're 30th in rushing, so we need to fix that. And it'll probably help their defensive numbers too, even though their sacks are through the roof. So let's look at their stats, and then we'll get into this game. Joe Burrow, almost 1,200 yards passing, 11 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's really good for some of these quarterbacks that we have in Madden 25, slow sim, where they throw a lot of interceptions, but he is really damn good. Chase Brown, he'd probably be a lot better on the average if he was a higher overall, and he's not getting enough effective runs, so him and Zach Moss really just it's not working. So we should see a lot more runs and effective runs with the New York Giants offense. But don't worry, they'll still throw the ball a lot. Got to get Chase going. Got to get Higgins going more. Can't have Gesicki being the number 1 receiving option on his team. And I think that will change a little bit as we go along here in the New York Football Giants playbook. Defensively, as I mentioned, it's all about Shamar Stewart and Trey Hendrickson. Phenomenal duo. They are in the top 5, and their teammates of sacks this season, and we can get these guys on the field. The Bengals might actually be really good in 2025. So, like I said, if you want to follow along with the rest of the season and see how your Bengals are going to do, we're also slow simming every game of the 2025 season. So not just if you're a Bengals fan, if you're a fan of the NFL and football or any team, we got you covered. We're slow simming every game of the 2025 season right here all summer long. So please like and subscribe and sit back and enjoy the game that we're about to watch between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Arizona Cardinals.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the number 1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
They'll start on the ground with Benson. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. This complete to Jones. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now Murray. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. Well, this defense for the Cards, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Slot man moves right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
After the turnover, here's Murray. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The numbers in last week's ball game for Wilson. 7 catches, 93 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Murray going to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. To throw is Murray. He's got his tight end McBride on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Burrow. This one complete to Yoshivas. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 3. They go play action with Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now 2nd and 3. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Garrett Williams. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw, it's Murray. And he rifles one incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. We're scoreless after 1. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Play action. It's Burrow. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
From midfield now, Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And from the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. In motion left is Higgins. And they go play action now. Burrow. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Burrow looking to pass. Shoves him aside. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. The slot man in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 12. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Running right, here's Brown. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Burrow will throw. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Murray now. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Michael Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now it's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Cardinal offense takes back over. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie. And they start 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Benson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Murray going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Throw left side, complete to Chase. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Here's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Now Burrow loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return, Dortch. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Takes it to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Here's Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Now Murray off play action.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be second down.
Here comes Benson on the toss right.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Now Murray. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Open man is Yoshivas.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
This one complete to Yoshivas.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Second and 9.
In motion goes the tight end. From midfield now, Burrow. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Now Burrow.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Burrow looking to pass. Looking middle, and that's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Andre Yoshivas from 17 yards out, and the Bengals have taken the lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Caught by Wilson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. Burrow will throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Slot man moves right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal. Now it's Burrow. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This to make it a 2-score game. McPherson's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. He's got McBride here over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. First carry for James Conner. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. They'll try to run for it with Benson. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. And they go play action now. Burrow. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2nd down and 3. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll drop to throw. That's to his tight end all. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. In motion, the tight end. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this down inside the 35. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he's got his tight end, it's Mike Gesicki. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 13. A little under 1:50 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Murray now. Able to find Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now 2nd and 4. Murray now to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Here now, 3rd down. Here's Murray. He's got McBride. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Now Murray again. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Now Murray's got to have this one. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Arizona getting ready. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And they will take a knee here. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cincinnati, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.